Hey everyone, it's Reality and welcome back to my channel. It is feeling like an absolute energetic new year and I cannot wait for this new year. I made so many changes this past calendar year in 2021 that I know exactly what I do and don't want to bring into the new calendar year. So let's just jump into what these things are. One cool thing that I learned this past year is that we used to bring in the new year in March, not in January. And I don't know why they changed it, but I think it was in 1775 they decided to change it to January 1st. So obviously I can't change the fact that the calendar year is always going to begin on January 1st. But for my family and I, we will be celebrating the new year in March because March is the first month of spring. And the spring is like the best season to bring in the new year. That's when everybody is doing their spring cleaning. The trees are starting to bloom. Like everything just becomes alive. So that is whenever I will be celebrating the new year. And that's actually the first good habit that I will be bringing into 2022 is whenever I celebrate my new year. I was really intentional with my diet this past year. So that is something that I do want to bring into the new year and just remain extra intentional and be more committed to. So to be specific, one of the things that I want to make sure I bring into the new year is being careful of greenwashing. So this past year, I started to become educated more on what greenwashing is and how to be even more specific about the foods that I put into my body. So you kind of just like go and, that my daughter just sneezed. Bless you. You kind of just go in levels. Like once you start getting into your diet, you realize like, oh, there's levels to this. Like where you can become somewhat of an ingredient crazy person. And I feel like that's me sometimes. But I have found that the pickier I am about the foods that I eat, the better I feel. So, you know, that's a form of self-care is what we put into our body, our food, our nutrition. But like I was saying, greenwashing is when companies like to make their packaging and their products seem healthy, look healthy with like all of the natural pictures and colors like green and stuff like that. And then the labeling as well. So there are two different types of labels that companies can use to specify whether their products are organic. The first one is non-GMO project and the other one is USDA organic. These two stickers are really important to look for on packaging, but they also mean two different things. So non-GMO project is only verifying that this product is non-GMO. And, you know, non-GMO means that the product is not made with genetically modified organisms. But it is not verified that your food hasn't gone through this in the production process. USDA Organic does verify and check that your product, you know, whatever the food product is, has gone through these specific checks during the production process. So for me, I never even used to look for organic packaging. I didn't really know what it was. I didn't care. But now I am very much a stickler about it. Obviously, there's some things that you don't have time and they don't have the options. You just get what you can. I do not want to be like tricked and fooled by these companies thinking that I am getting something healthier when I'm not. So that also means that I have to continue educating myself about what I need to look for when I'm going in these grocery stores so that I can protect myself from all of these crazy pesticides and genetically modified organisms, because I do not want those in my body, point blank period. I know it says if you look on the websites that it's okay. It's not okay. I'm not going to eat fake food. Okay. I'm not going to eat fake food in 2022. That rhyme, bars. But I really don't want to be a part of this experiment that they got going on. So, yes, being more careful about greenwashing. You can do more research about what greenwashing is, and it's super deep. I actually will list some Instagram pages in my description box that are very much into that type of stuff, and they just give you so much information. It'll have you like mind blown. And then the next thing regarding my diet is making sure that I am shopping at farmers markets whenever it is farmers market season. If you are a fruit and vegetable connoisseur like myself, like right now, I'm just tolerating the fruits and vegetables, even though I know they're not in season. But it just makes me like, oh, I cannot wait until it is farmers market season so I can just really go get like my local farmers fruits and vegetables. I do not want to be getting those things from the grocery stores anymore. I want to get it straight from the farmers, and that just kind of goes back to like all of the greenwashing that's done on our fruits and vegetables, like the wax and the horrible chemicals that are sprayed on them for mass production. So making sure that I'm supporting my local farmers when it is that season. I cannot wait until this new year, until March, so I can get back out there and go to my farmer's market. And like, I did not do enough of that this past season. I did, but I could have done it way more than what I did. So that is something that I want to really be more strict on this farmer's market season. Lastly, for my diet is just continuing my juicing. I did start juicing this year, and it is one of the best things that I could have done. You can actually go look on my Instagram page. I have a couple, actually right now I have one video about juicing, but I will be doing more lives just of me juicing and different juicing recipes. And I have some stuff on YouTube as well. So juicing for me has been an easier, quicker way for me to like take in fruits and vegetables in a different way. And I went from not even liking specific juices like carrot juice and celery juice to absolutely loving them. So it takes time to really like it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when you first juice, you probably won't like it because you're just used to all of the sugary, fake, like natural ingredients in other juice that you don't expect it to not be so sugary and fake when you do juice it. The next thing I will be bringing into the new year that I was really benefiting from this past year is social media. So honestly, the only thing I did differently this time around, because I had been distracted with social media before, like I think it's really hard not to be distracted. It's like either you're on it or you're not. But something I did that I never thought about before was just decreasing the amount of people that I follow. And you will not have the best response from people because of this if they notice. But for me, I did not care what people like thought. I'm sure people think if you unfollow them, that means that you don't like them. That's not true. I do not want to feel pressure to follow everyone just because I know them. I like to follow specific pages on Instagram that inspire me, educate me. I don't want that to be offensive to anyone that doesn't post stuff like that, because everyone doesn't want to use Instagram as a tool like that. But for me, that's the type of content that I want to see on my Instagram. And I don't want to see a bunch of content either. So I really didn't want to get too deep into this because it could just come off in so many different ways. But if you do need something that's going to help you stay less distracted on Instagram, but still be excited to use it. Like I get excited going on to Instagram because every time I leave Instagram, because of the pages that I follow, I leave inspired, educated. And because I follow limited people, I can scroll for 5 minutes and be all caught up. Instead of when I followed hundreds of people, I could like constantly scroll and it was like never ending information. I don't want to be updated about everyone's life. I think it's too much stimulation. It's too much at one time. And maybe I'll do a whole other video on it because I don't know if I'm explaining it the best. But if you feel me, let me know in the comments if you feel where I'm coming from. Limiting the amount of people that I follow on Instagram has been a game changer for me. I love Instagram now. I just feel like I get on there, I do my thing. I don't question what I post anymore because I forget that people follow me sometimes because I don't follow a lot of people. It's really cool. This past year, I have really been on top of my mental health, except for postpartum a little bit, which I may talk about as well in another video. And one of the things that I did while I was pregnant was I journaled. So journaling for me was like having a conversation with a therapist, but not getting a response. So whenever I had days where I just felt any type of way, I would open up my journal and write exactly what I felt. And you don't have to be very correct or like grammatically correct whenever you journal. I would just write whatever came to my mind and make sure that I was being completely transparent and honest, and I would date it. And then like sometimes I would journal twice a day because I needed it. Like it was that type of day for me. So I will be journaling this new year. This is actually my new journal that I picked up like last month, preparing myself to journal this new year. And I really can't wait. You know, if it's not, I don't know like what I'm gonna write in here, but I would like for my daughter to be able to have this whenever she gets older. That would be really cool. And that's something that, you know, I feel like would be really cool to pass on and start as a tradition in my family. This next thing has been another game changer for me that I will definitely, my daughter is talking so much in the background, but I'm just letting her express herself. She's a vocal girl. that I will definitely bringing in this new year is using Audible, y'all. I am a book reader, but I could not finish books. It was really hard for me because I would leave it upstairs, I would leave it downstairs, I would be somewhere and wish I brought my book. And then once I get home to read my book, I gotta do something. So having a tangible book is nice because I can always go back and look and like reference it. And I like tangible books, but Audible has been, wow. You finish books so much faster. I just throw on my AirPod. And like I'm doing laundry, I'm like cleaning around the house, I'm going grocery shopping, I'm driving in the car, and I'm just playing my audiobook. And I'm good at multitasking and listening to books, so that's not a problem for me. The only thing I will say is making notes of specific key points in the book that you want to go back to. I'm still trying to fidget with that on Audible because it's not that easy. But if I really do like a book, I'm like, if I do like it, I will just order it, like the physical copy, and then I'll have it in my possession. One of my favorite books that I read this past year was called Ask and It Is Given by Esther Hicks. It's about the law of attraction. Wow. That book enlightened me on levels I didn't even know I could be enlightened on, okay? If you do not know what the law of attraction is, everyone talks about it. I'm sure you've heard it before, but there's way more to it than that simple definition. Like, it's deep and it is a life-changing concept. So definitely check out this book. Right now, I'm reading this book called Breath by Nestor James. I think I said his name correctly because I've only looked at his name like twice. But this book is really cool because it's a little bit of health and wellness that I like. And it talks about a really cool concept, which, you know what, just go look up the book because it's really cool. So Audible is something that I do not mind investing in. It's actually the same amount as like buying books. And I just think it's super, realistic for me as a new mother to still be on top of my books and educating myself. My mom actually mentioned a really cool concept, scheduling my life out. So it sounds really simple, but I don't know why I just didn't think of this. And it's basically you picking days of the week where you do certain tasks. So if you are a mother, or if you're just really busy, or if you're an adult, period, you will soon realize that if you don't have any type of balance in your life, things will like start to pile up, or you'll catch yourself doing things all the time. And then by the end of the day, you're just like really drained. So what this entails is you picking a day during the week where you do like your laundry, the other day where you do grocery shopping, and then the next day you do like work on your business, work on yourself, or whatever it is, and the next day could be self-care. But doing those things the same days every single week. Lastly, motherhood. That is something, if you didn't know, I am a new mom and I'm absolutely loving this journey. It is so it's amazing in so many ways. And I just want to be the best possible mother that I can be. And my daughter she's perfect. Everyone says that about their kid, but she is so perfect. And my goal as motherhood is just really simple. I just want to make sure that I'm nurturing my daughter in every way possible. She's very curious, very vocal, and very energetic. And so I have to make sure that I'm nurturing every milestone in her life. And I just want to be like 10 steps ahead, like making sure that I have the resources ready for her next milestone. And I do like to follow people on Instagram also that have really cool learning activities and ideas for their kids. And I will link a lady below that she has some awesome activities up until the age of 2 years old. It's kind of just like following her daughter's progress. And I think they're really cool. And it's kind of things like your baby, when they're old enough, like cracking eggs in the kitchen and like learning to use certain tools, like safe appliances in the kitchen to help you cook. And my daughter actually really loves watching me cook and just do stuff. Like she's sitting here watching me make this video. She'll watch me like get dressed in the morning, get ready, like wash my face, do my makeup. She watches me cook. Like that's her favorite thing to do. I explain to her what I'm doing when I'm cooking. And I think it's just like the best thing ever. So I have to make sure that I'm nurturing her and not like plopping her in front of the TV or trying to like, put her somewhere while I go do stuff. I want her to see me actively doing stuff because it just keeps her really intrigued. Like she likes stuff like that. I hope that you resonate with any of this stuff. Maybe it gave you some ideas. Let me know down below what you're bringing into the new year. I want this to be a positive thing. I know everyone makes changes for the New Year's, but what are some things that you started working on before this new calendar year, this just new year in general, that you really are proud of yourself for and they made your life better that you want to commit to more in this next calendar year. I would love to see it. And I just really appreciate you watching this video. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate that as well. And hit the like button if you like this video. I will see you on the next one. Peace.